We start the day's other news with a prisoner swap between the United States and the Taliban. As one of his final acts in office, former President Biden secured the release of 42-year-old Ryan Corbett, seen here with two of his children, as well as another American, William McKenty. In a statement, Corbett's family thanked Biden and the Trump administration for, quote, bringing him back home after what's been the most challenging and uncertain 894 days of our lives. The men were freed in exchange for Khan Mohammed, a Taliban member who'd been jailed in the U.S. on narcotics charges since 2008. He arrived in Kabul earlier today, a free man. In Israel, two top generals resigned today over the military's failure to stop the October 7th Hamas attacks. One was the top commander for southern Israel and Gaza. The other was Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi. Halevi is the senior-most Israeli official to quit over the attack that killed some 1,200 Israelis and triggered the war in Gaza, which is now paused in a ceasefire deal. On the ground in Gaza, meanwhile, nearly 900 humanitarian aid trucks rolled in today as part of that agreement. In the southern city of Khan Yunis, displaced Palestinians lined up for food and essential supplies.
After 7 months, it's the first time I've received a food basket from the UN. But it's not enough, maybe only for a day or two. We need sheets for tents, and most importantly, we want things that will warm us in the winter, like blankets and mattresses.
The ceasefire does not extend to the occupied West Bank, where Israel says it's launched a, quote, significant and broad military operation targeting Palestinian militants. Health officials there say at least 9 people were killed today and dozens more wounded. UN Chief Antonio Guterres called on security forces there to use, quote, maximum restraint. In Turkey, officials are investigating a hotel fire that killed at least 76 people. The Grand Kartal Hotel is located in the country's northwestern Korolo Mountains, roughly 200 miles from Istanbul. It's believed that the blaze started overnight in the restaurant of the popular ski resort. Part of the resort sits on a cliff, which complicated efforts to extinguish the flames. More than 50 people were injured as panicked guests reportedly jumped out of the windows and tried to climb down bed sheets to escape the fire.
It was like the apocalypse. You cannot focus on one place, one person. The flames engulfed the hotel immediately. In half an hour, they engulfed it very quickly.
The fire came at the start of a 2-week school holiday when hotels in the area are full. Authorities have detained 4 people for questioning, including the hotel's owner. A rare winter storm is hammering parts of Texas and the northern Gulf Coast. Authorities have announced the first ever blizzard warnings for several coastal counties near the Texas-Louisiana border. The famous streets of New Orleans are expecting as much as 6 inches of snow, as is Houston. Meteorologists are calling the storm historic. The governors of Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida have all declared states of emergency. Further north, a large part of the country is still facing dangerously cold temperatures. Sub-zero wind chills are expected from the Dakotas and upper Midwest across the Great Lakes and through the Northeast. On Wall Street today, stocks rose as investors adjusted to the new Trump presidency. The Dow Jones Industrial Average added more than 500 points on the day. The Nasdaq tacked on more than 120 points. The S&P 500 also saw solid gains. And Pulitzer Prize-winning cartoonist and writer Jules Feiffer has died. His weekly strip, Feiffer, which was initially called Sick, 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 ran in the Village Voice for more than 4 decades, starting in 1956. He wrote comics, plays, children's books, and screenplays in a tone often neurotic, sardonic, and spot on. His best-known screenplay was Carnal Knowledge, about the exploits of 2 men as they navigate a changing romantic world. The 1971 film version starred Jack Nicholson and Art Garfunkel. Jules Feiffer died at his home in upstate New York. He was 95 years old. Still to come on the NewsHour, why the Trump administration has withdrawn from the World Health Organization, the inspiration behind one visual artist's provocative work, and we remember the victims of the deadly wildfires in Southern California.
This is the PBS NewsHour from the David M. Rubenstein Studio at WETA in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.